The girls are taking over Oceanside as it's the start of the U.S. Soccer Development Academy playoffs and showcase, as today we bring you the U-15 playoffs with Beach FC taking on FC Fury NY. Hello everyone, I'm your host Mark Schober, and it's a pleasure to be with you from the SoCal Sports Complex here in Oceanside, California, as we are getting set for the top 32 teams of the Girls Development Academy, and FC Fury comes in as the last team to make it into the playoffs, the number 32 seed, with a record of 16, 13, and 2. And Sarah De Freitas is going to be so important to this defense against the very high-octane Beach FC offense, which has scored 87 goals this season en route to winning the Southwest Division Championship. They come into the playoffs as the number 5 seed overall. This is a very good Beach FC side, not only on the offensive end, but the defensive end as well. But their offensive juggernaut is Masialu Gamiro, who will turn 15 tomorrow. Happy early birthday to her. She has 22 goals in 34 games played going into these playoffs. And they also have the league's best defense with just 33 goals against in 35 games played and 15 shutouts. So it'll be a good test for both these teams. Their first game in the first ever U.S. Soccer Girls Development Academy playoffs. It's Beach FC versus FC Fury NY, and we'll have all the action for you on USSoccerDA.com. It's coming up right after the walkouts and the playing of our national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Soccer Development Academy Girls Playoffs. Today's feature match is FC Fury and Beach Futbol Club.
Please stand for the playing of our national anthem.
history in Oceanside. The first ever U.S. Soccer Development Academy girls feature playoff match. And it's Beach FC versus FC Fury NY at the U-15 level. The Southwest Division champions looking to go on a deep run here, coming out of one of the toughest divisions in the Girls Development Academy. And a good look at your center referee. He's to your right. He's Ramon Mendez out of Washington State. He'll be assisted by Gerard Noah from Massachusetts, Sandra Hernandez from Cal South, and the man in between the benches is the fourth official, Matt Smishka out of Illinois. So we are all set for kickoff. Beach FC, the first team to make their way onto the field, and now they're joined by the Fury. It's Beach FC in their all-yellow kits with white trim attacking to your left, while the Fury in red Fury attacking to your right. This is a Fury side that comes from a club that over the last 20 years has produced 46 members for the full or youth national teams. Players such as Crystal Dunn, Ali Long, Rebecca Moros, and many others are Fury alum that now play their trade in the NWSL. As the U-15 Girls Development Academy playoffs are underway in Oceanside, California. Fury kicking off, Beach taking it, and a chance right off the bat for Fury as they win it high up the field. Three players streaming into the box. The cross is cut out. Still might be something on here for Fury, though. That cross a bit overhit. Doing a good job to track it back and keep the ball, though, for Fury. The captain with an effort at the top of the box. Bartolotto's shot was blocked. Beach trying to get the ball out of the defense to start their first attack of the afternoon, but it's Bartolotto who overtakes for the Fury. Gonzalez dispossessed, but Beach able to win it back, and this is Bartolotto once again. They'll get it back to Bella Golden, who's played up with the 18-19s this year. And this is her opposite number on the ball for the Fury, and Gianna DePriest. Assistant coach Victoria Brodman describing DePriest as a proper number 6. So good at plugging up gaps, strong in the challenge, and very good at her distribution to start the attack. They said our back four is very solid, but Gianna DePriest is also a big reason why they've only given up 33 goals in 35 games coming into this tournament. Is looking to run is Gamero. Gets it back to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez clattered into it. It'll be a free kick for Beach FC. This is Bella Golden, who's the guilty party. Bella Golden, one of 5 sisters. Her sister Gigi plays for the 0102s. And she'll have to defend here on a free kick. Gianna DePriest is over it. Described as an enforcer, DePriest, but she has 4 goals to her name as well. Is she going to try and set this one up, or is she going to go for glory herself? And this one curls all the way in, and it's easy pickings for Isabella Peñaranda. The reigning Fury goalkeeper of the year and a U.S. National Training Center invitee, Peñaranda. Her older brother plays for the U18-19's NYCFC team that qualified for the quarterfinals yesterday. One of the Fury staff telling me a great story. She said, me and my brother hardly talk as they were watching that game yesterday. But as soon as NYCFC won to secure their passage to the Final 8, Isabella Peñaranda ran to her brother, and they gave each other a huge embrace. And the coach said, yeah, you guys aren't close. You're definitely close. So it'll be a free kick for Beach FC. It's quickly taken. McClin will get it back. This is McClin again. Ashlyn McClin already verbally committed to Cal. Is this one cleared away by Gabrielle Morales? One back by the Fury. Have looked dangerous on the attack early on, but there is Gianna DePriest getting in to win it back. And the offside flag is up against the Fury, so it'll be a free kick for Beach FC in the 4th minute of play. Weiss's ball calls finally for Leah Howard. Howard gets it off the far side and promptly receives it back. She has Davis in the middle if she wants to find her. Instead gets it back, and the shot coming in from Bartolotto is well handled by Morales. Does a good job stepping forward and taking that shot. De Freitas clears. Sent back the other way by Beach FC. And this is Huntington. She's in a battle with Di Natale. Huntington will hit it off of Di Natale and win the throne for Beach FC on the far side. 40-minute halves played at the U-15 level. Bartolota gets it back. Forward for Howard. And that one hitting off of McCoultry. Doesn't seem at all fazed by it. Gonzalez cuts inside. Leaves it off for DePriest. Beautiful ball sprayed out to the far side, but the offside flag is up. There's Gramero, who is offside. 22 goals on the season for the lady, who will turn 15 tomorrow. Looking for an early birthday present in the form of 3 points for Beach FC, aside from about an hour and a half up the road in Long Beach. It's flicked on. Neatly played 1-2. The overlap, 3 players to find in the box. A 4th is charging in, but it's swept clear, only as far as Bartolota. Bartolota receives it back. Well, this is lovely ball movement from the Fury, and the chances open up. The shot takes a deflection, but it falls into the arms of Gabrielle Morales, making her 27th appearance in goal this season. Gonzalez able to win it back. For De Gramero. Inside for McCoultry. McClin. This is Olivia Moultrie. Playing 2 years up, Moultrie. Moultrie has been in multiple 2004 youth national team camps. The number 10 for Beach FC, standing over this free kick. Is already committed to UNC, Moultrie. A very creative player. And this time she'll take the free kick. 5 players lined up across the top of the box. Oh, it's a great ball flighted in from Moultrie. Skips all the way through, and a big save. Quick reactions from Isabella Panuranda to deny Natalia Huntington. First real chance of this match falls the way of Beach FC, and Peñaranda did a great job to come out, make herself as big as possible, and then quick reactions to fall on the rebound. Otherwise, it would have been a tap into an empty net. Lovely skill from McGraw. I played it forward, but nobody was making the run down the line. And Beach FC will retrieve it in the 9th minute. Huntington chasing on the far side. Bartolotta punches it forward. Thrown one by Howard, quickly taken. And it'll be another throw-in for the Fury. Oh, that's not a bad ball in. It's well defended. And Bella Golden's ball into the box is too far. And it's easy pickings for Gabriel Morales. It's a Fury side that likes to play a combination of possession and counter. And they look for penetration, quick off transition, but as you see, as soon as Beach FC gets back and sets in their block, they do a very good job of possessing the ball, the Fury. And here they are again. It's an organized defense they're going to have to try and break down, but they've been patient in possession so far. Can see them trying to get forward quickly, though. Forward for Gamero. The Gamero bought down. It'll be a free kick for Beach FC in the midfield. Fury missing Jillian Shimkin. The U-16 international has been moved up to the 16-17s. As Moultrie will take this free kick. Gets it short and promptly gets it right back. Moultrie to go forward. It's a good run from Ibarra. Not a bad ball either from McClin. Gamero gets a head onto it. Chances on here. Peñaranda's out. And a huge block with Peñaranda off her line, and she's able to recover. Peñaranda was out of the goal. It was gaping. But a Fury player was able to get their body in front of that shot.
Yeah, you've got to close it off. You can't. She swings a nice ball. You can't let her have it.
As Gamero won the header, flicked on. And the space had opened up for Gonzalez. Peñaranda bowled into her. And then Gamero's shot, well blocked by De Freitas. And Peñaranda fell on the loose ball. Bartolotta. Davis gets it out to the far side. Piper McGraw does a good job to keep possession for the Fury. That's Beach FC standing and win it only as far as Bartolotta. Send it through, looking for the run of Abigail Solomon. Well, she'll make another run as it's Fury pouring forward again here through McGraw. And there's that enforcer play Victoria Bardman was talking about in her number 6, Gianna DePriest. Ibarra. Still with it, Ibarra. Huntington turns on the far side, plays it down the wing. Gamero has a long way to go to get there. But she's able to track it down before it goes over the touchline. Then she did run out of real estate, so it'll be a throw-in on the far side.
Don't fight. Just contain it there. Keep her in front of you.
Bartolotta comes over to receive. Gamero steps in, but it's overtaken by Fury. Inside for Lucy Patton. And there's Gianna DePriest to win it back. That's what she does, breaks up attacks, and then starts the attack going the other way. But it's a loose ball in the back, gives it back to the Fury. It's 3-on-3. It's Solomon looking to run. And Solomon was well stood up by Gonzalez. Bartolotta. Ibarra. Colados. And Colados will be whistled for the foul after she lost possession. Correction, Huntington.
The minute you started guessing, it shuts down.
It was the right call from the referee, Raymond Mendez out of Washington.
I know you gotta work today, kiddo. We need you.
So it'll be a free kick for Di Natale. Lane Di Natale has played up with both the 16-17s and the 18-19s this season for FC Fury. Was also named her school's top student athlete in the last 2 years. Stafreda steps in and wins it back for the Fury. Bartolotta is looking for the switch.
Easy, Bill. Get ready to cut it. Get ready, Bill. Now.
Neatly defended by McClin. Looking to slide it into the channel for Gonzalez. She was well shielded off the ball, but McClin wins it back.
Great step, Danny. Find your mark again, Dan. Good girl. Stay. Marvin, this side. You solo over here. Hey, get ready to step. Lady, up a little bit and slide to the right. Slide to your right lane.
This is McClin. 15th minute. He's looking to play it over the top for Gamero. This time trying to feed it through for Gamero. On both times, De Freitas was wise to it. Tenacious defending to win that ball back from Karan. Still battling for it, Karan. And McClin will clear. Gamero skims by one. Skips past the second, gets it out wide. Huntington in a foot race with De Freitas. Back to Gamero, flag stays down. Another big save from Peñaranda. Gamero getting away for the first time today. It was a beautiful counterattack from Beach FC, but Peñaranda did her stuff. McClin being chased by Tessa Weiss. Gets it back to Morales. Los Angeles native back out to McClin. Bartolotta. Out wide for McGraw, but the offside flag is up as McGraw tried to get it further toward that wing. Take a look at that last chance. Gamero able to turn to Freitas and then played the ball as Di Natale stepped in, continued her run, beautifully slipped back into her from Huntington. And Peñaranda came off her line and didn't allow Gamero to have the angle to make the finish. Davis. Bella Golden. Golden in a battle with Gonzalez pokes it away from her. And the ball will remain with the Fury. Patton plays it inside. Gets it right back. Out wide for Weiss. McClain squares up to her and is able to get it out of bounds, but it will be a throw-in for Beach FC. Good look at both coaches out at the edge of their technical areas, giving instructions. Jeffrey Joyner in the background and head coach Izzy Cotto in the front ground. Oh, correction, that was Mike Caputo. The free kick needs to be taken again as the ball wasn't fully stopped. Still rotating. This time McClin makes absolutely sure. The Beach FC will bring it out of the back in the 18th minute. Karan puts her foot on the ball, still looking for options, and elects to go direct. And Gamero will be whistled for a push in the center circle. Daniele Davis, another player who's playing up. In 2004 was the 2017 Fury Ironman Award winner. Has 4 players at the top of the box and a 5th one creeping in. This one played perfectly onto the penalty spot, bounces all the way through, and Morales came out bravely to push it away. Perfectly lofted free kick, exactly where you want it, right on the penalty spot to keep the keeper off her line. 2 Fury players were lurking, but Morales came out and pushed it past them, was clattered into and won the free kick. Well, Fury doing such a good job of pressing high and forcing riddles for this Beach FC side to solve. Bartolotta trying to get forward. Moultrie got a foot in and won it back for Beach FC. And this is Gonzalez. Has Gamero ahead of her. Gonzalez takes the outside route. Golden did well to get back. Good shielding from Golden. Just unable to turn Gonzalez and keep it in. But an excellent effort from Bella Golden. Another player who's played up this season for the Fury. Hint of handball, perhaps. No call, and we play on as we're at the halfway point of the first half and no score between Beach FC and FC Fury NY. Both teams have had their chances. Both goalkeepers have made very important saves. So it'll be a throw for McLean. Gamero looking to spin. Did well to recover. I think she was trying to slice that back across goal, but couldn't wrap her foot around it, so it's going to be a goal kick for Isabella Peñaranda. The Long Beach native keeping goal against the club from Long Beach, California. So it's Peñaranda's goal kick in the 22nd minute. Gonzalez and Golden a foot race. And Golden will just marshal it out of bounds. Lucy Curran steps in. And she and Gianna DePriest conspire to win the free kick for Beach FC. They want Patton to back up. DePriest, forward for Gamero. Beach FC, they want Patton to back up. DePriest, forward for Gamero. And Gamero wins the free kick. So it's Moultrie who will be over it. 2005, already a 2004 U.S. international. Good trajectory on the free kick. And it's scrambled clear. Colado's chasing it down on the far side. Forward for Ibarra. Skips past one, shimmies past the second. Bulldozes her way through a third challenge. Gets it back for Colados. Early cross in, looking for the flick on it. Fell to Gamero, but the flag was up. Good look at assistant referee Sandra Hernandez on the far side, out of the Cal South Association. Directed Peñaranda as to where that free kick should be taken. This one will skip all the way through, and Escondon wins it. That's a strong run from Gianna DePriest. Has 3 players ahead of her. Slides it into the path of Gamero. Moultrie is onto it. Gamero gets it out wide for Gonzalez. Has Gamero in the middle, looking for Gamero, but it's well cut out by De Freitas. Bartolotta. Howard has space on the far side. Solomon wants it played to the corner, and that's exactly where she gets it. Gets around Escondon, puts in the cross, and it's the opening goal for FC Fury. The FC Fury have breached the back line of the best defense in the U.S. Soccer Development Academy, and it's the New York side with the early 1-0 lead. Lovely ball played into the path of the run. Solomon pointed to where she wanted it. She got it, got around Escondon, and then floated it to the back post. Third goal of the season for Abigail Solomon, and it's a big one as it gives the Fury the opener in the playoffs. McLean coming inside to help defend. DePriest to bring it the other way for the Beach FC. Long searching ball looking for Huntington. Gets it over the head of Di Natale, but she's able to recover. And she wins the free kick as well as she was bowled over by Huntington. Di Natale, such a strong defender. There's another look at Solomon's. Well, did she mean to shoot it? Did she want to cross it? It doesn't matter. It's in the back of the net. It's a 1-0 lead for the Fury in the 26th minute.
Hey, now we got to sort it.
And this is the goal scorer. And she wins the throw-in off of Escondon. This is Bartolotta. Swings it to the near side. Golden with a beautiful one-touch. Gonzalez.
There it is. You don't have to win it, Sarah. Keep it on the deck. Play smart. Play smart.
Golden has Weiss down the line. Unable to find her. It'll be a throw-in for Beach FC.
Let her take the touch. It don't matter. She's facing that way. Sarah, you good? Play smart. Keep smiling.
Beach FC in an unusual position heading into the playoffs. Unbeaten in their last 10 games, 8-0-2, including a win over the playoffs' #1 overall seed in PDA Sky Blue. Have to go all the way back to March 24th for their last loss, a 2-0 reverse against the San Diego Surf. So not used to trailing Beach FC. Still plenty of time in this game, though. This is a free kick for Moultrie. She'll play it short to DePriest. Moultrie and DePriest combine so well together. As Moultrie works her way inside. Huntington was unable to slide it through for Gamero. Fancy footwork from Ibarra to create some space for herself, but she couldn't smuggle it through. Bartolotta. And there's DePriest acting as that shield in front of her back line. Oh, it's a good cut in from Huntington. And this one lofted toward the back post. That's out of bounds for a goal kick. So good effort from Huntington. Nothing to concern Peñaranda this time around. McLean has done an excellent job getting forward. Attacks at every opportunity. But Peñaranda has stood tall in the Fury goal so far. Peñaranda's goal kick. Helped on. Weiss will be unable to get to it in time.
You got to cover for Sarah. She's going to check in. Laney, face the field. Help her test.
Davis bumps Camaro off the ball. And this is Tessa Weiss. Unable to get by McClin. Perfectly timed sliding challenge. Fury continue to inch their way up this touchline. It'll be another throw-in for the side out of Bayshore, New York. McClin skies to win the header. And it goes out of bounds once again. Patton hoisted in. Di Natale out wide looking for McGraw on the far side. Well shielded out of bounds, and it'll be a goal kick for Beach FC on the half-hour mark in Oceanside. 1-0 the Fury lead, courtesy of a 24th minute strike from Abigail Solomon. Priest gets it back. Fury so comfortable on the ball. Escandon. Huntington. Ibarra's making the run down the far side, but Di Natale clears. Throwing into the box, headed the other way. Priest is there to mop up for Beach FC. Piper McGraw intercepted on the far side, but it rolls out of bounds for a Beach FC throw-in. So we're inside the final 10 minutes of first half. 40 minutes played at the U-15 level. Forward for Howard. Lovely layoff for Bartolotta. Looking up top for the number 9 in Solomon. Escandon gets back and guides it to her keeper. It's Karan bringing you forward for Beach FC in the 32nd minute. And this is McClin in her favorite spot going forward. Cuts inside. Hattie Barr on the far side. Waited a second too long to use her. Huntington almost caught in and got it. It's the long ball picked off by Karan. Head up looking at her options, waiting for the run through. But it's won back by Davis. Lucy Karan comes back to get it from Escandon. Karan invited to run at the gap. He's looking to get it out wide, but not enough pace on it to find Huntington, and Di Natale will clear. Priest gets it to Huntington. Huntington slides back to win it. Ibari bumped off the ball. This one's going to roll all the way out for a goal kick. It's a good battle on the far side. Huntington, Ibarra, Bartolotta, and Di Natale were all involved. The Fury players were able to win out in the end. But it's a goal kick for Beach FC. Spaces open up for Huntington. Ibarra wanted it inside. Instead, it comes to Gamero. Gamero muscled off the ball by De Freitas, and she gets it to Tessa Weiss. Weiss's pass is picked off in the midfield. Ibarra wants to run. Gets it back from Gonzalez. Gonzalez goes back with it to McClin. McClin steps into the gap and steps into one. Peñaranda watches it float over her goal. But there's that ability of McClin to get forward. And she finds those spaces to dribble into. Set herself up nicely for the shot, just didn't hit it the way she wanted. Heading towards the final 5 minutes of the first half. Beach FC trailing 1-0 to FC Fury NY. Karan will get it back. As Candon. Patience from the center backs in this build-up for Beach FC. Being allowed to come all the way over the midfield. Karan's invited to take the space. Played it over the head of Huntington, who was making the run inside. Peñaranda's come all the way out of her box and is going to dribble in so she can pick it up. Good awareness by Peñaranda. Solomon. Her back pass picked off by Huntington. Howard spins and is able to get it back. Di Natale shielding up the line for Howard. Forward for Solomon to chase. As Camden will get there first. And instead of chasing, Solomon and the rest of the Fury will drop back into their shape. Solomon will dictate it. If she goes, everybody else has to push up. If she drops back, then the rest of the Fury will drop back into their block. The center backs are being invited to attack at every opportunity. So far, they haven't been able to find a way through once they found that space. McClin steps inside of Davis and will win the free kick as there was no advantage to be played. Huntington. Out wide for Colados. This is Ibarra. Colados has gotten forward here. And Bartolotta picks her pocket, looking to lead the break for the Fury. Still going Bartolotta, in for Howard. And Howard just showed a bit too much of it, and Beach FC will win it back in the 38th minute. Over the top for Gamero. Swept away from her. Won back by DePriest. Bartolotta. Over the top for Solomon. And stepped in was Escandon. So it's a throw in for Gabriela Colados. And she'll do it again. Heading into the final minute of the opening 40. Can Beach FC find the leveler before the break? So we're getting word there will be 1 minute of stoppage time. DePriest. Davis used the lovely Cruyff to get it away from DePriest. And this is Solomon in a battle with Escandon. Solomon able to keep it for the Fury, but DePriest steps in. But Howard wins it back for the Fury. This is Bartolota. And Colados comes back to retrieve. He's under some pressure, Colados. Does well. Gets it off to Scandon. It's the Fury who are first to the loose ball. Colados was unable to keep it from rolling out of bounds, so it'll be another throw for the Fury. As we head into the 1 minute minimum of stoppage time. Fury have been so impressive here, really taking the initiative in this match and putting a Beach FC side that loves to attack back on their heels. And they got their reward in the 24th minute off a cross-come shot from Abigail Solomon. As the offside flag is up. Time for one last attack for Beach FC. This is a Beach FC side that, as we've seen, loves to keep the ball on the ground and try and break the lines as they play through the thirds, but they need to get the ball forward here if they're going to create one more chance in stoppage time. Won by De Freitas. Howard bodied off the ball to DePriest. But too much contact for the referee's liking, and it will be a free kick for Fury deep in first half stoppage time. Can the Fury nick a second before the break? Six players queued up across the top of the 18 for the Fury. And this is shot directly on goal. And Morales did well to get across her line, and that's the last action of the first half. After 40 minutes, it's Beach FC 0, FC Fury NY 1, courtesy of a 24th minute strike from Abigail Solomon. So it's the number 32 seed leading the number 5 seed here in the opening match in Group H. We're going to step aside, but we'll have all the second half action for you here on USSoccerDA.com. At the break, it's Beach FC 0, FC Fury NY 1. We're all set for the final 40 minutes between Beach FC and FC Fury. It's the Fury with a 1-0 lead. Abigail Solomon scoring the game's lone goal in the 24th minute. At halftime, Beach FC made one change. Megan Gonzalez coming out and replacing her is Drew Koomans. Koomans making her 32nd appearance of the season, has 6 goals on the year. Is wearing the number 5. So 5 is in, 4 is out. The only change at halftime, as we are all set for the final 40 minutes on match day 1 in Group H of the first ever U.S. Soccer Development Academy U-15 playoffs for the girls. It's Gamero to get us back underway.
Let's not get caught. Hey. Responsibilities, right, Danny?
It's a good run inside. That ball played forward will roll all the way out across Peñaranda's goal, and it will be a goal kick for Isabella Peñaranda.
Sil, make sure we close off space, okay? I know when you had your responsibilities.
Before the game, I spoke with Aaron Heffernan, who's a coach at FC Fury NY, also an NYPD officer, so unable to be here today. In his own words, crime doesn't take a day off. He told me that against such a technical opponent as Beach FC, the press for the Fury is going to be so important. And they've certainly did a good job in the first half, knowing when to press and when to sit back and organize themselves. Well, they have to do that here. This is Koeman's first real involvement. Colados gets to the end line, pulls it back. Gamero fighting for it. She falls over. And De Freitas gets it clear to Howard. In a battle with De Priest. Smack back the other way. Ibarra was able to spin and get it back to De Priest.
Piper, you gotta stay with your runner.
And the offside flag is up. So it'll be another free kick for the Fury. Iskandon. Karan.
Come on, Abigail.
Iskandon getting forward.
Why is Piper biting so far?
This is Colados. Inside for Koemans. Skips around the challenge of De Freitas, but the cross is too close to the keeper. Peñaranda calm and collected under pressure, taking all 6 seconds. But Koemans has been very good inside these first 3 minutes. He's able to get around De Freitas. Just needs to get that cross back out toward the top of the 6. And here she is against Koemans. Bumped off the ball by Golden. And it will be another goal kick. The Priest wins the header. Slides it off for Ibarra. Moultrie wants it inside. Instead, Huntington will go outside. Spins in the box. Finds Moultrie at the top. Moultrie goes down. Shouts from the far side, following the deaf ears of the referee. Beach FC continue to attack. Oh, big talking point in the 44th minute. Was that a penalty? Peñaranda taking her time, allowing her players to get forward. And now she'll launch it.
Piper, look where you are. Let's slide into the hole. Slide into the
Well, let's
hole.
take a look.
Into the hole.
Huntington got it back to Moultrie. Well, I've seen him given for less. Referee had a decision to make, and in the end, he let play go on. As we're going to have a substitution for the Fury. And it's going to be Leah Howard who comes off. Howard had the assist on the goal scored by Abigail Solomon. And checking in is Josephine Mavromatis. Mavromatis making her 24th appearance of the season. So on a merit-based scholarship at the Basis Independent School, and she speaks English, French, and Greek. That's so impressive. I can hardly speak English, as I'm sure you all know by now. Karan. Eskendo. One back by the Fury. Howard gets it out to Solomon. Goal scored, surging down the right-hand side. Now will come in. He's able to get past the first challenge, puts it into the box, and headed away by Eskondon. Only as far as Davis, who has a go, was unable to keep her shot down. Well, it's a good counter-attack from the Fury. Danielle Davis, looking for her 4th goal of the season, was unable to get that shot on frame, but it was a good attack. And Beach FC will bring it forward through their center backs once again. So here's a look at the chance. Headed clear, fell kindly for Davis. Hit it first time. It was the right idea. Just got underneath it. So it remains 1-0 in the 47th minute in favor of the Fury. Well, head coach and academy director for Beach FC, Jeffrey Joyner, has preached all season purposeful possession using the entire field to build out of the back. So they want to play through all 4 phases of the game through their positional play. And you're seeing that here with the center backs getting all the way into the attack. They'll come as far forward as that front line for Fury will allow them. And right now they're about 40 yards from goal. Here's the danger though, if they do lose the ball. It was a great job by Ibarra to recover. Headed away before Gamero could get on the end of it. Kuman has it stabbed away from her by Natale, and it will be a throw-in for Beach FC. Colados coming over to take this throw-in. Jeffrey Joyner giving instructions at the edge of his technical area. Gamero. Good shielding from Gamero. Leaves it back off for Kumans. Plays it back across. First header, second. And Peñaranda got up to make the save. But it didn't matter as a foul was called. It's a great effort, though, from Huntington. Won the first header and then stayed tall to win the second, but was whistled for a foul. Weiss wins it for the Fury. Forward for Solomon. A heavy touch means the ball roll all the way through, and the referee has pulled this one back. Good advantage played by Raymond Mendez, the referee out of Washington. Here's a look at the opportunity at the other end for Beach. It's a good cross from Kuman, and Huntington won the first one and was able to get the second header on target. She's wondering where the foul was. So a free kick for the Fury in the 50th minute. Launched into the box beyond everyone. And waiting for it. Oh, and a heavy challenge. And a yellow card is going to come out. And it will go against Bella Golden. Well, Morales did allow that ball to bounce in her box, and Golden had every right to go for that ball, but she came in too high. She becomes the first player to go into Raymond Mendez's book this afternoon. Let's take a look. The free kick coming in, and she was waiting to take it off the bounce, and beg your pardon, it was De Freitas who came flying in. And like I said, she had every right to go for that ball because the keeper let it bounce, and it was a loose ball, but it's the way De Freitas came in. In the end, Mendez had no choice but to go to his pocketbook. Bartolota. And it'll be a throw in for Beach FC. Well, so far the Fury have done such an excellent job of picking when to press and when to sit back in their low block. Gamero scoops it out wide for Ibarra. She helps it on. This is a good run from McClin. McClin steps inside. McClin brought down at the top of the box, and a free kick in a very dangerous position. So many Beach FC players who can hit this one. Moultrie's been over the majority of these set pieces. And it looks like it will be her. Now this looks like it's going to be a shot from Moultrie. 4 women in the wall for the Fury. Moultrie over the wall, but over the crossbar as well. It was a great run from McClin to win that foul for Beach FC. A free kick, but Moultrie unable to get her effort on target. McClin's been very good going forward. As here was McClin stepping inside, and that ball was gotten away, and that's a late challenge coming in from Huntington, or correction, from Davis. So it's a goal kick for Peñaranda. Prodded forward by Bartolota. This is Piper McGraw. Textbook defending from Colados. Waited for McGraw to show just too much of it in order to step in and win that ball. But it is a throw-in for the Fury. Now I believe we're going to have a goalie change. Well, it's going to come at the next stoppage of play. Is Gabriela Terranova getting set to check in? In the meantime, Morales got there first, and that's why no penalty was called. Well, the referee wouldn't have pointed to the spot anyways, since the offside flag was up. And Peñaranda, a big reason why the Fury have a 1-0 lead, is going to come off in the 54th minute. Was excellent today, Peñaranda. Made 3 tremendous saves to keep Beach FC off the board. And now it's Gabriela Terranova's turn to see if FC Fury can keep this clean sheet. Terranova making her 22nd appearance of the season. Has been a goalkeeper since the age of 9. Was playing in the field. The goalkeeper on that day got injured. Terranova got in goal and never left. We spent so much time talking about the accomplishments of these players on the field. How about off it? Terranova scored in the 98% on the New York State ELA testing. But what a job Peñaranda did. Free kick. As the Fury player goes to ground on the far side. Gianna DePriest getting a stern talking to from the referee. But that's the extent of it for DePriest. Six Fury players lined up across the top of the box. Di Natale is making her way forward as well. This one drilled in, bounces all the way across. Back for Di Natale, the center back who's gotten up. Couldn't get her effort on frame. Well, it was De Freitas who was in the mix. So this one actually skipped by Di Natale, came back to her. And it was Di Natale who took that shot. De Freitas and Di Natale have been so important along this back three for the Fury this afternoon. As Koeman steps in. And that's De Freitas to make the clearance. Played into the space for McGraw. And McGraw runs out of room on the near side as she was shepherded out of bounds by DePriest. Colados is throwing. Gamero's got to the end line, tries to put it back. Too close to Terranova, who had her near post covered. Played forward by Lucy Patton. Solomon able to win the second ball. Di Natale steps in. And this one will come back for Escandon. McLean steps in. Slides it to Ibarra. Ibarra twisting, turning, full of intent. Gets it back to DePriest. And played behind Huntington, who had cut inside. As the pass went out to the wing, and it will be a throw-in for the Fury in the 58th minute. The 32nd seed. Just under 23 minutes away from upsetting the number 5 seed in the tournament. Still 2 match days to play after this, but it is so hard to go on and win your group when you drop points on the first day. Real Colorado and the Charlotte Soccer Academy, the other 2 teams who make up Group H, they're playing now as well, as all the matches are played simultaneously. And then on the final match day, the 2 matches will be played on fields that are adjacent to each other. So Moultrie's over this free kick. 5 Beach FC players standing at the top of the 6th. They win the first header. Can they keep it in bounds? Cleared only as far as Koemans. She puts it back into the danger area. It falls for Ibarra. Her shot to the far post. Oh, just seemed to get caught up in the wind. But Ibarra so close to finding the equalizer for Beach FC. Oh, she's been dangerous all afternoon, Sarah Ibarra. This is good shielding. Poke back to Koemans. Her services have been the most dangerous for Beach FC this afternoon, and Ibarra's shot almost picking out that far corner. Escandon steps in, looking to play it through, and Escandon wins a free kick, and it's going to be a yellow card as well. So Escandon had tried to play it through, and then she was clattered into afterwards. And that's why the yellow card's given for that late challenge. So Moultrie's over it once again. She'll look to clip it towards the penalty spot. It's the right ball in, and it's going to be a foul against Huntington. Colados forcing McGraw to put it over the touchline, so it'll be a throw-in for Beach FC. Beach FC's 16s are also in the playoffs. Or 16, 17s, I should say. Bartolotta. Forward for Solomon to chase. And Escandon gets there first and will guide it back to her keeper. Just past the hour mark in Oceanside, 1-0 FC Fury leads Beach FC in the 61st minute. Goal coming back in the 24th off the boot of Abigail Solomon. At the moment, it's the number 32 seed who leads the number 5 seed here on match day 1 in Group H. So it was another strong run from McClin, who once again just didn't get the service right. Good hold-up play from Solomon. And it will be a throw-in for Beach FC. Quickly taken into the path of Huntington. She picks her head up, has 2 to find in the box, and Moultrie on top of it. Huntington goes for glory. Wasn't far off. Good effort from Natalia Huntington. So close to her 12th goal of the season. It's been fun to watch this 4-3-3 of Beach FC try and break their way through the 3-5-2 of FC Fury, and Huntington almost did there. Great cut back onto her favorite right foot, went for the curler. It just didn't come back in time. Terra Nova happy to see that skip just wide of her far post. Good shielding from Solomon. Well, it's going to be Beach FC's throw. Gamero. Golden steps across her and sweeps it clear. Be another throw-in for Beach FC. It's a good look at Mike Caputo and Izzy Cotto. 2 coaches here in place of Paul Riley, who is the head coach, but also the current head coach of the North Carolina Courage, the NWSL Shield winners and NWSL runners-up from last season. And he is on NWSL duty at the moment, so Cotto and Caputo are putting in their shifts as associate head coaches. And so far, their side are goal to the good as we enter the 64th minute of play. It's the referee having a word with his assistant. Now is he going to come over and talk to somebody? He's just going to say play on. Bartolotta's header falls right to the feet of Ibarra. Gets it back to McClin. McClin ran into Weiss, but is able to get it back and get it off to Escandon. Still running with it, Escandon. Moultrie. Fury have done an excellent job not to allow Moultrie to assert herself in this game. You have to think how much of that has to do with the overload and the 2-woman advantage in midfield for the Fury's 3-5-2 over Beach FC's 4-3-3. The idea of a 4-3-3 is players are interchanging positions fluidly enough that it shouldn't be a problem. As that's a great ball played in. Terra Nova came off her line to make the save. Terra Nova took a knock for her troubles But she looks to be okay. Brave goalkeeping from Terra Nova. Both goalkeepers have been clattered into this afternoon. We saw De Freitas get a yellow card earlier in this half for flying into Gabriel Morales at the other end. This will be another throw-in for the Fury. It's Moultrie. Well, she did her job. This ball was perfectly placed right onto the penalty spot. But it was Terra Nova who reacted quickest. Another free kick for the Fury. Final 15 minutes in match day 1. Something we haven't talked about is the fact that the Fury are out of substitutes. Came into this match with only 12 players due to injury and school commitments. A lot of schools have finished, but in New York, they're still going. So some players still had finals, and they're going to be flying in as soon as they are able to finish up. Well, the Fury haven't looked like a team that have only traveled here with 12 players for the first game. Free kick quickly taken by McClin into Moultrie. Davis will be whistled for the foul. Quickly taken by Curran. Out wide for McClin. So good off the dribble, McClin. Into Ibarra. Nifty footwork to get around one, but couldn't get by the second. This is the Priest. Huntington skips just wide once again. Huntington's so dangerous when she picks off the ball on the left and cuts it in onto her right foot. It's a Fury side looking for their 11th shutout of the season, and it would be huge as it would give them all 3 points here on match day 1. Up next, the Fury will face the Charlotte Soccer Academy on Monday. Well, Beach FC will face Real Colorado. And then those matches will flip one more time on match day 3. As Koumans puts in another cross. Well, it falls kindly for Gamero. First touch took her out wide. Second touch is a shot that wins a corner kick. And would you believe it? This is our first corner kick of the entire match. I've had to wait till the 68th minute to get it. So it's Moultrie in her normal position over the dead ball. This time from the corner. Gets her directions from the bench. Well, the center backs are getting forward. Moultrie takes it. It skips in. It's an Olympic goal for Moultrie. '68th minute. Well, you'd expect Moultrie to get on the score sheet, but you wouldn't expect it like that. It's an Olympico. It's game on again in Oceanside. And how that changes the complexion of this match. Di Natale getting forward. What will the response be from the Fury? This is the goal scorer. Well, anything can happen when you put the ball into a danger area. She got the first part of it done, which was getting it over the head of the first defender at the near post, and now Koumans is lurking. Her shot charged down. And this one launched forward for Solomon to chase, but it's headed back the other way by Curran. Escandu. Oh, nice move from Curran to get by Solomon. Still going Curran. Still Curran. This is a gorgeous individual effort from the center back, Lucy Curran. And from 1-0 down to 2-1 up, Beach FC have the lead. Lucy Curran, her first goal this season, and what a time to get it, and what a fashion to get it in. Look at this from Curran, slaloming her way through, and then the striker's finish, slotting it beyond the goalkeeper. And in the space of 2 minutes, Beach FC have turned the tide of this match. Curran wanted it, and Curran scored it. Moultrie in the 68th, Curran in the 69th. Well, that's why Beach FC are the Southwest Division champions. And we now head into the final 10 minutes of a very different looking game. You have to give Beach FC a lot of credit. Even though they were trailing 1-0 until the 68th minute, they never stopped building out of the back. They never stopped trying to break through the lines with the ball on the ground, and they've done it here. Fed back across, and McClin will retrieve it in a battle with Weiss. And Weiss wins the free kick. Good work from Tessa Weiss for the Fury. Weiss joined this season from Downingtown United, where she played 9 years for her boys team at Downingtown United. Well, she'll have to get forward here. Fury need to go in search of the equalizer. Goals in the 68th minute from Moultrie, direct from a corner kick. The 69th minute from Lucy Curran, who dribbled through the entirety of the FC Fury defense. Put Beach FC in the driver's seat with just under 9 minutes to play. McClin takes the throw in. Well, who's ever pitching these feature games at the U.S. Soccer Development Academy is doing a tremendous job. We had a 6-goal thriller yesterday, ending with a 91st minute goal, and then a 1-0 win in our second game, ending on a 95th minute goal. And now we have another exciting game here with lots of more drama coming in these final 8 minutes. Moultrie drives it to the back post. Bypasses everyone. It will be a goal kick for Gabriela Terranova. This one of 625 games being played over 2 weeks here in Oceanside. Started last Monday with the U-18-19 playoffs for the boys. And now the girls starting their playoffs and showcase this week as well. As it's Asha McClin who will come off. McClin will be replaced by Sophie Carruthers. Carruthers is verbally committed to Pepperdine. She's on to help this Beach FC side see out the match as they have a 2-1 lead in the 74th minute. McGraw gets it forward. Solomon won the header, but DePriest gets back to help out her defense. And here comes the high press from FC Fury as they're chasing an equalizer inside the final 6 minutes. Well, Curran got herself into a little bit of trouble, but there to mop up was DePriest. Talked about the fact 625 games, almost 7,000 players from 410 teams here in Oceanside over these 2 weeks. We have plenty more feature action here for you on USSoccerDA.com. We'll tell you about that in a sec. as it's the Fury who are on the charge, but it's the substitute Carruthers who clears it. Coming up at 1:30, it's back to the U-16-17 boys playoffs as Sockers FC will take on Weston FC. And then at 4, it's the Hudson River Derby at the U-16-17 level between the New York Red Bulls and NYCFC. All those times Pacific, all the matches can be found right here on ussoccerda.com. Beach FC preparing another substitution. It's Nicholson who's getting set to make her 30th appearance of the season. Still getting final instructions from Jeffrey Joyner. Meanwhile, Beach FC looking to put this game to bed. The Fury backline hold firm. Sent forward for Solomon to chase. It falls to Dina Talley, who's up from her center back position. Won by Davis. McGraw. Well, she waited a bit too long to play that overlap.
It can't be square. It's got to be into her space, okay? Hey, it's okay. Keep working. Keep working. Hey, gotta settle down. Everything in the gas.
And now the substitution's going to come. As it's Unique Nicholson getting set to check in for her 30th appearance of the season. And now with Nicholson coming in and Huntington coming off, Beach FC has gone to a 4-4-2. Golden. Bartolotta. Able to keep possession for the Fury. Forward for Goldman. Collado stepped in, but it's Di Natale going the other way. And good defending from Escando. Davis wins the free kick as it's a handball off Moultrie. Moultrie looked at the ref like, I didn't know much about that. Nevertheless, can the Fury steal an equalizer from a set piece? Is there more late drama to be had here in Oceanside? The entire team is up for the Fury with the exception of their goalkeeper. And this one dragged along the ground. But that's why the goalkeeper's up at midfield to send it back in. That's a good ball in from Terra Nova. The Fury FC win the first ball and the shot skips across the face of goal. Inside the final 3 minutes. This is a very good job by Colados to let that one roll. Not only did it go out for a goal kick, but as slow as it was going and with no Fury players chasing it, it burns time off the clock. As Solomon telling the referee that she's all right. He's going to have to soldier on though, Solomon. No substitutions left for the FC Fury. Beach FC looking to extend their unbeaten run to 11 games on an 8-0-2 run heading into these playoffs. But they have more defending to do here. McGraw's cross is cut out. Golden to send it back into the mix. It's a good ball from Golden. Bartolotta got her head on it, but couldn't direct it goalwards. And a grateful Gabriele Morales will take all 6 seconds. Header won by De Freitas. And Golden was unable to keep it in. So Colados will come up to take this throw-in. Joyner screaming for Colados to send it up the line. Koumans with the flick on. Koumans gets it again. And Terra Nova will claim. Into the final minute of the 80. Davis's header, won by Moultrie. This is Coombs. Koumans steps inside one, tried to thread it through for Nicholson. It's Moultrie who overtakes. Moultrie being double teamed, was almost able to skip past it. And Goldman's clearance is out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in for Beach FC. Colados looking for movement. She gets it from Koumans. Koumans, defender's arms draped all over her, and Davis will be whistled for the foul as more time will bleed off this clock. So it'll be Moultrie's free kick in stoppage time. Moultrie teases it into the mix, and it'll be a corner kick. And we all remember what happened last time Moultrie took a corner kick. Scored the equalizer in the 68th minute. And then Curran, with a gorgeous individual effort, diced through the back line from her center back position and scored what, as it stands now, is the game-winning goal just a minute later. But it looks like Moultrie is going to play this one short. No, she's going to send it back across. It was dangerous, but there were no takers at the back post in a yellow jersey. Perhaps an opportunity for the Fury to get forward. Oh, it was a handball, and the ref calls it. This one played long, looking for Koumans to track it down in the corner. Does well to get there. And now we'll just keep it there. Good work from Koumans to win the third corner kick of the game for Beach FC. Well, they stuck to their principles, Beach FC. Kept the ball on the ground, built out of the back, played between the lines, and it paid off in the end. Is there a chance for one last rush forward for the Fury? Almost 2 minutes have elapsed in stoppage time. Won by Davis. Had Koumans hassling her, but she's able to get it off. Intercepted by Ibarra in midfield. And Ibarra will get it out wide for Moultrie. And Moultrie will take it into the corner. And she gets past Mavromatis, who commits the foul. So it'll be another free kick for Beach FC. And another chance to hold this ball in the furthest part of the field away from the Beach FC goal. Gamero comes over. 3 points will be a happy early birthday present for Gamero, who turns 15 tomorrow. And this is Gamero shielding. Has it poked away, but it's another throw in for Beach FC. That was a tremendous winner from center back Lucy Curran. Her first of the season, and it was a good one as she knifed through the entire FC Fury defense and slotted home beyond the onrushing keeper. And barring a miracle here, that will be the goal that gives Beach FC all 3 points in the Group H opener. They're seeing out the game very well here, Beach FC. But Fury continue to fight, able to battle their way out of the corner. So the space is open for Ibarra. She unloads. That will be the last action. The first ever Girls Development Academy playoff feature match ends 2-1 in favor of Beach FC with a flurry of goals in the 68th and 69th minute to turn the tide. Abigail Solomon opened the scoring for FC Fury NY in the 24th minute, but then Moultrie would equalize from this corner kick as it bypassed everyone and flew into the far corner. It was an Olympico to send things level. That in the 68th minute. And then Lucy Curran with a gorgeous solo effort carved the entire defense open and then slipped it into the corner. The winner just a minute later, and it finishes 2-1 Beach FC. Well, we still have 2 more feature games coming your way, but for now, from Oceanside, I'm Mark Serber saying good afternoon from the SoCal Sports Complex, where it finishes Beach FC 2, FC Fury NY 1.